What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy SB Cash back with another edition of We Want All the Smoke Sports Talk Show, your weekly sports guide. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Week 3 of the NFL just wrapped up, man. You know what I mean? A lot to talk about. I'm going to get right into that soon. Not too much on the NCAA side, man. It was a couple upsets this week, but no top 10 shaking. No top 10 shaking action, so we will wait till the top 10 gets shook up to actually talk about some NCAA. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. But now, to get to this NFL action, I'm going to get right into it this week. This is a recap of Week 3 NFL. All right. Let's start it off, man. Let's just get right into it. There was a lot going on Week 3, man. A lot of surprising games. Stuff that I didn't see coming. I got a couple picks wrong. If y'all check the Predict show with me and Ryan, I got a couple of my picks wrong, but I got a couple good picks in there too, though. But we're going to talk about all that. So, let's just get right into it, right? Thursday night, we had Titans versus Jags. Jags 20, Titans 7. Gardner Minshew showed out in this game. Looked very good. 20 for 30, 204 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Seems like he found his favorite target in DJ Chark, who gets another touchdown, which is his third touchdown. That's 3 weeks in a row with him with it. At least one receiving touchdown, DJ Chark. And the Jags get 9 sacks from their D. On the way to a 27 win against the Titans. Titans, Marcus Mariota, 23 for 40, 304 yards, 0 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 17 carries, 44 yards. He did have a touchdown, but Titans defense, 0 sacks, so no pressures. Titans lose bad, looking bad in Tennessee. Jaguars looking like they got problems with Gardner Minshew. Next game, Dolphins versus Cowboys. Cowboys 31, Dolphins 6. Dak Prescott, another good game. 19 for 32, 246 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 1 interception. They got Ezekiel Elliott going, 19 carries, 125 yards. And, of course, Amari Cooper, Dak's number 1 target, 6 receptions, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, man, Dallas looking like the part. Dolphins, on the other hand, 0-3, man. Josh Rosen, 18 for 39, 200 yards passing. Kenyon Drake, 12 carries, 38 yards. Not much on the ground. Not too much for the Dolphins going all around. I do want to note the youngster from Columbus, Taco Charlton, with his new team, Miami Dolphins. He did record a sack. On to the next game. Bengals versus Bills. Bills 21, Bengals 17. Bills take this one. The Bills are 3-0. Yes, they are. Jared Allen, 23 for 36, 243 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Frank Gore getting it going, 14 carries, 76 yards with 1 touchdown. And Dawson Knox had the touchdown catch for the Bills. Do want to note from the Bills defense, Tre'Davious White, 2 picks, 2 interceptions on the day for Tre'Davious White. Bills win in a close one, 21-17. Bengals 0-3. Andy Dalton, 20 for 36, 249 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Joe Mixon, 15 carries, 61 yards. He did have 2 receptions for 34 yards and a touchdown. But not looking too good for Zach Taylor and the Bengals. On to the next game. Lions versus Eagles. Lions take this, 27-24. Matthew Stafford, 18 for 32, 201 yards passing. He had a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, 20 carries, 36 yards, 1 touchdown. So not much rushing. A lot of carries, not much rushing, but he did get the 1 touchdown on the ground. And Marvin Jones, back with it. 6 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's get it going. Lions. Eagles, on the other hand, Carson Wentz, 19 for 36, 259 yards passing. He did have 2 touchdowns. He played good in this. Jordan Howard ran in for a score. Nelson Aguilar with a big game. Not really a big game, but he did have 2 touchdown catches, 8 receptions for 50 yards. But Eagles get no sacks, no pressures. Eagles lose 27-24 to the Lions. Next game, Jets versus Patriots. Patriots 30, Jets 14. Yeah, I think we seen all. I think everybody seen this one coming. Yeah, Tom Brady, 28 for 42, 306 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. The team had about 71 yards rushing total, 2 touchdowns on the ground rushing for Patriots. Julian Edelman and Philip Dorsett both get a touchdown apiece from Tom Brady. Patriots defense 5 sacks. Started this game really strong. You know what I mean? Started off the game really strong and basically just held out from a strong lead. You know what I mean? Jets, Luke Falk, third string quarterback. Luke Falk, 12 for 22, 98 yards. Did have one pick. Of course, no touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, man, they couldn't get him going. 18 carries. They tried 18 carries, 35 yards. They had 36 yards rushing total in the game. Only good thing to note from the Jets side, Brian Poole had 10 tackles. So, I mean, he had a nice defensive game. But outside of that, Jets lose 14-30 to the Patriots. Next game, Falcons versus the Colts. Colts take this 27-24. Good game. I thought the Falcons was going to win this. Colts pulled this out. Jacoby Brissett, let's give him his credit. He's been playing good through these first 3 weeks. 28 for 37, 310 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Marlon Mack, 16 carries, 74 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. T.Y. Hilton and Zach Pascal both get in for a touchdown. They both get a touchdown from Jacoby Brissett. And they also started this game very strong. Had a strong first half, came out strong, and held on for the win. Falcons, on the other hand, Matt Ryan, 29 for 34, 304 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He did have the 1 interception. Devontae Freeman, 16 carries, 88 yards. Julio Jones, big game, 8 receptions, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. Allen Hooper also had 2 touchdown catches, but the Falcons cannot get it done. Colts win by 3. Next game, Raiders versus Vikings. Vikings take this 34-14. Kirk Cousins, 15 for 21, 174 yards passing, 1 touchdown. And I want to note, Kirk Cousins hasn't had to throw the ball a lot this season so far through 3 games. You know why? Because Dalvin Cook has been taking care of business all 3 weeks. Dalvin Cook, 16 carries, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, eating again. Adam Thielen added in his usual touchdown catch. He only had 3 catches for 55 yards, but did have a touchdown catch. And the Vikings get 4 sacks from their D. Raiders, on the other hand, Derek Carr, I think they dropped to 1-2. Derek Carr, 27 for 34, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. The running back, Jacobs, 10 carries, 44 yards, no touchdowns. Darren Walker, the tight end, did have a big game, 13 catches for 134 yards, but he did not get in the end zone. Raiders, no pressure, no sacks. Next game, Ravens versus Chiefs, in a very interesting game, man. Chiefs had a great first half. You know, they came out and put up a good lead, but the Ravens stormed back, man. They almost won this game, but too much MVP, too much Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, 27 for 37, 374 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I want that to be key. He's been doing this for, you know what I mean, this season so far through 3 weeks. Big touchdown games, no turnovers. Shout out to Pat Mahomes. LaShawn McCoy got him going. 8 carries, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. Did have 3 receptions for 26 yards, 1 touchdown. So LaShawn McCoy fitting in good with the offense. Hardman, the receiver Hardman and Robinson both had a touchdown apiece for the Chiefs. And they score. I'm sorry to hold y'all up. 23 points in the second quarter. That's the Chiefs ran out to their big lead in the second quarter. They scored 23 points in the second quarter, and they cruised 33-28. Ravens, you know, I like they fighting this, and you know, it's a crazy kind of football they playing, but they doing it. Lamar Jackson, 22 for 43, 267 yards passing. He didn't have any touchdowns. He did have 8 rushes for 46 yards and a score. He looked like a human juke machine out there, you know what I mean? Like silly stick with Madden, you know how I get. I don't know. Mark Ingram, big game, 16 carries, 103 yards, 3 touchdowns. Man, I wish I'd have picked him up in fantasy. Probably could have got me some money. But the Ravens lose this game, I feel like because they just started too slow, you know what I mean? They played a good second half, good fourth quarter and all that, but they started this game too slow. In Pat Mahomes, I had the game in hand, so you know what I mean? On to the next game. Broncos versus Packers. Packers take this 27-16. Aaron Rodgers, 17 for 29, 235 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones, 10 carries, 19 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. And Marquise Scantling, That's that young boy. I remember him from last year, man. Keep an eye on him. He's looking like Aaron Rodgers' new number one target. Although Devontae's still there, I like Scantling. 6 catches, 99 yards, 1 touchdown. And Packers walk away. Their D walks away with 6 sacks. So big game from the Packers D. Held it down. Aaron Rodgers typically does what he does. You know what I mean? Broncos, on the other hand, man, haven't looked too good this season with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, 20 for 29, 213 yards passing, 1 interception. Philip Lindsay, 21 carries, 81 yards. He did have the 2 touchdowns. But the Broncos, surprisingly, no sacks in this game. So Von Miller and them still, well, I'll just say Von Miller's still searching for his first one, man. I know he's itching to get one. Next game, Panthers versus Cardinals, in the one that shocked everybody because the backup, Kyle Allen, yes, took care of business. Panthers win 38-20. Kyle Allen, 19 for 26, 261 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Kyle Allen getting it done in the place of Cam Newton. Christian McCaffrey, bad week last week, bounced back this week with a big game, 24 carries, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. Greg Olsen gets involved, six receptions, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore both add in the score. And the Panthers D walks away with 8 sacks and 2 interceptions. So big day for the Panthers D. Big day for Kyle Allen. I said this all along. Cam was the one looking like the problem. I know the Panthers have the team. They have a legit playoff team. Cam was looking like the problem. You put Kyle Allen in there and make some of them right throws that Cam couldn't make. Boom. You see what happens. Cardinals, on the other hand, Kyler Murray, 30 for 43, 173 yards passing. He did have 2 touchdowns. Johnson, the running back, 11 carries, 37 yards, 6 receptions, 28 yards with 1 touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald did get in for a touchdown. But not looking so good for Kingsbury so far and Kyler Murray in that Cardinals offense. They have a lot to figure out there in Arizona. Next game, Giants versus Buccaneers, in what I feel like was the best game of the night, or the day, I should say. Giants win this in stunning fashion, 32-31. Daniel Jones, the new boy, the new kid on the block, 23 for 36, 336 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He also added in 4 carries for 28 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's 4 touchdowns from Daniel Jones all alone. Saquon Barkley did get injured in this game. So crazy. Giants walk away with the 1-point win while Saquon gets injured in this game. Evan Ingram picked up the fork. 6 receptions, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Sterling Shepard looking nice. 7 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. The defense was very bad for the Giants, though. I will say that they did. The Giants' defense did everything they could to lose them this game. So I give them their credit for fighting. But it was on something like where they shouldn't even won the game. Because if y'all all watched, Jameis Winston put the Buccaneers in perfect position to win that game at the end with a big throw and catch from him to Mike Evans, and the field goal kicker missed the kick. So Giants win this by 1. Jameis Winston, 23 for 37, 380 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did have the 1 pick, but man, I hate to see it. He played good, man. Put him in prime position to win, and they end up losing by 1. Mike Evans picked up the fork, 8 receptions, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that was all on Janoris Jenkins. So, man, Shaquille Barrett did have 4 sacks on that Tampa Bay D, so they lose by 1, but great effort from the Bucs. It's just, man, that field goal kicker missed the kick. Next game, Saints versus Seahawks, and a surprising one. Saints take this. I really picked the Seahawks to win it. Saints take this 33-27. Teddy Bridgewater came to play. 19 for 27, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. So it's different without Breeze, I will admit, but they can do some different stuff with Teddy. You know what I mean? Teddy's not a bad quarterback. I've been trying to tell everybody this now. They can still do it. And then Sean Payton is the mastermind behind it. Sean Payton can coach this up. You know what I mean? Alvin Kamara gets involved. 16 carries, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. Then he did have 9 receptions with 92 yards and a touchdown. So they used Kamara heavy. Mike Thomas did add in 1 touchdown like he normally does. But we can see the production will be real different, with Teddy there instead of Drew. But Saints win. Russell Wilson and them dropped this game. I thought they were going to win. Russell Wilson, 32 for 50, 406 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 7 carries for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he had a nice day. I just feel like it took too long. It took too long for it to get going. You know, Russell's a good quarterback. It just took too long to get going. Chris Carson really couldn't get anything going. 15 carries, 53 yards. Tyler Lockett had a big day. 11 receptions, 154 yards, 1 touchdown. So he ate. But Seahawks D, no sacks in this game. Next game, Texans versus Chargers. Texans take this. I picked the Chargers to take this. Texans take this 27-20. Deshaun Watson, 25 for 34, 351 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Their team only had about 39 yards rushing total. They did have 1 rushing score on the ground. And Jordan Akins gets the big one. He had 3 catches for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a big long play that put them in prime position to win. Texans D walks off with 5 sacks, so credit to them. They played well. Chargers, on the other hand, Phillip Rivers, 31 for 46, 318 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. They get about 74 yards rushing total. No rushing touchdowns at all, but about 74 yards rushing. Keenan Allen, normal day. Not normal day. He actually had a huge day. 13 receptions, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. So big day for Keenan Allen. But key to this game, Chargers only get 3 points in the second half. So, yeah, Texans win that game. Next game, Steelers versus 49ers. 49ers take this, and the 49ers are 3-0. Jimmy Garoppolo, 23 for 32, 277 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He did have the 2 interceptions. Key in this, they've been able to run the ball all year. Jeffrey Wilson added in another 2 scores. Kittle, the tight end, is back. He added a nice game, 6 receptions for 57 yards. Nice target for Jimmy Garoppolo. And they've been good this year running the ball. That's all I can say. Playing good D and running the ball. Shout out to 49ers. Steelers, on the other hand, looking bad. Mason Rudolph did have a couple big plays in this game. Mason Rudolph, 14 for 27, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. James Conner, man, I want to see him have a big game. He hasn't had a big game all season. He can be better. James Conner, 13 carries, 43 yards. Juju did have one big play. He had 3 catches for 81 yards, 1 touchdown. Deontay Johnson also added in a score for the Steelers, but the Steelers lose 24-20 to the Niners, who are 3-0. I repeat again. Next game, Rams versus Browns. You already know I was tuned in. My boys, Rams win 20. Browns 13. Jared Goff, 24 for 38, 269 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. So Goff hasn't played how we want him to play yet, but we're 3-0, so we'll take it. He can get better. Todd Gurley, basically nothing. 14 carries, 43 yards. He basically did nothing. They did a good job in the run game, the Browns. I'll give them credit. Brandon Cooks, 8 receptions, 112 yards. And Cooper Kupp, 11 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. So glad he's back from the injury, looking good. Browns play a great game. Can't get it done at the end. Came down to the last play. Baker Mayfield, 18 for 36, 195 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Nick Chubb, they fed him 23 yards, 23 carries, 96 yards, no touchdowns. Odell Beckham, 6 receptions, 56 yards. So they play a good game on Sunday night, but they cannot come up with the win to the Rams, 20-13. And the last game of the night, the Bears versus the Redskins. Bears take this 31, Redskins 15. Mitchell Trubisky played good in this. 25 for 31, 231 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 bad pick, but outside of that 1 bad pick, he played pretty good. Their running back, Montgomery, he had 13 carries for 67 yards. And Taylor Gabriel with a big game nobody seen coming. 6 receptions, 75 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bears D walks away with 4 sacks and 3 interceptions. So Bears D's been as advertised all season. Mitchell Trubisky plays good. Bears win big. Redskins on the other end, Case Keenum, 30 for 43, 332 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So a lot of people are asking, where's Haskins? Coach is riding with Case, he said. They had not much rushing, 69 yards rushing total. And Terry McLaurin and Paul Richardson both getting a touchdown apiece for the Redskins, but they lose bad. People asking about when Dwayne Haskins will come in, but not this week. It's Case again. So with that being said, that's all the action I have from week 3. We'll be back Thursday with the picks for week 4. I'm going to be here with Ryan, bro. We're going to turn up. You already know what this is. We Want All the Smoke Sports Show. We'll be here. Check us.